anything about blood diseases, and if my tools are too slippery because they are too bloody or anything, I would just dip it a little bit in the water and then just to make it less slippery. But we are afraid of water. So you see my tent, my tools are covered with blood. Here I have a pile of legs, a pile of arms, dead corpses. It's dark, it's gloomy, so you start to scream.
His growing panic state forced me to offer him a mouthful of rum to calm him down.
Sure. Before I give you the rum, I have to ask you a question. How old are you?
21.
And how old is Kevin?
16.
Okay. Do you think I can give rum to a 16 years old? Yes, because legally you could enter in the army, in the British Army at the age of 16, and rum was part of the British soldier's salary, 2 ounces a day. So now, open your mouth, I'm going to give you a sip. Do I want to give him some more? Do I want him to be drunk?
Yes.
You want him to be drunk. He doesn't want to be drunk. No, no, no.
I'm already trash.
Yeah, that's it. And, you know, actually, when you drink too much alcohol, when you are drunk, it opens your blood vessels. And if I have, for example, I don't know, to cut your leg, you will bleed to death.
Okay.
So I just want you to relax, and rum is for someone else.
I also discreetly took a sip or two to get back on my feet since the last surgery did not go as planned.
Yeah, the last one died.
That's a shame.
Yeah, I need to forget.
When George was properly installed on my surgical table, I assessed the state of the wound. The swelling was quite serious around the calf, and the leg was slightly out of line, which could mean a compound fracture of the tibia and the fibula.
Yeah, okay. You have 2 bones in your lower leg, tibia and fibula, compound fracture. The 2 bones are broken. He probably walked on it, so it's like this. Now, before we go further, if you feel weak, if you want to faint, if you want to, you have the exit door there. You can go faint in the corridor. Don't faint here, all right? And if you have to, just go out with an adult.
And it's not a question of pride, to be honest. It's much more fun to go outside and still enjoy the day than to faint and don't remember the last minute. So keep that in mind.
Are you the type of guy who will faint?
No.
Okay.
No.
I had to be absolutely sure that the bullet was impossible to extract. I inserted my finger directly in the patient's open wound. He started screaming and insulting me.
Ah! What the hell?
No, it's over now. I remember. I need to find out the bullet. If I find the bullet with my finger, I will take it off, and you won't get any gangrene. We will close everything, and you'll be all right. But now, if I find the bullet with my finger, and I'm not able to grab it with my fingers, it's okay, because I have the forceps. Do you see a bullet?
No, there's no bullet.
No, there's no bullet, but it's okay. I have a second tool.
Oh, perfect.
The bullet extractor. Iron screw, hard metal, lead bullet, soft metal. Like a bottle opener, you just and you try to take it off. Do you see a bullet?
No.
No.
After a thorough inspection of the wound, I concluded that the bullet was impossible to extract because it had exploded against the bones. An amputation below the knee was absolutely necessary to prevent gangrene from developing in the wound. I broke the news to this poor man.
George, I'm going to cut your leg.
He started to cry.
Oh, wow.
And between his sobbing, he told me to do what I had to do.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
I asked my assistants to bring me several strips of cloth. I wrapped them around the higher part of the lower leg several times, and then I installed the tourniquet.
The tourniquet, it's just a strap that you put around the leg. You tighten it like this, so the blood flow stays in your thigh. It doesn't go further. Well, it goes a little bit, but not that much. So you won't bleed to death. That's what we have to remember.
Once the blood flow was stopped, I used the scalpel.
The scalpel is a small knife to cut your skin, but I won't cut the skin in a straight line because after the surgery, I won't have anything to cover the bone. The bone will get out of the leg. So I will make 2 U-shaped flaps on each side, so 4 times longer as a cut, like this. And now, this skin is in my way, so I will just peel the leg like a banana.
The patient's constant movements gave me no choice but to hold him down.
Wow, relax. Take a sip. No, for me.
Once the skin was removed, I used a surgical knife.
Okay, the blade is here. The sharp part of the knife is here, of course, to follow the curves of your muscle. It's like butter, very easy to cut. But the tendons, you know, that holds your muscles together, very hard to chew when you eat a steak. You need to snap them. So you put the blade underneath the tendon, you turn it, and then you snap. So I'm going to snap on the count of 3. 1, 2.
The patient fainted. Probably because the pain was unbearable. Then it was a good time to use the tenaculum.
Okay, the tenaculum is a pointy hook to grab your veins and arteries, because veins and arteries are very slippery, hard to grab with your fingers. So with that hook, you grab the veins and arteries, you make a knot, and then like spaghetti has a tendency to go inside the leg, so it's okay.
Despite my efforts to clean with my scalpel the remaining muscle fibers around the bones, I had to use a leather strap to pull the extra muscle tissue up the leg.
I need a perfect white bone. Now I can see pieces of muscle on it. No, you're fainted. Okay. So I will turn the strap around the bone. I will push everything up to clean it, and then to have a beautiful clean surface to separate.
Once the bones were cleaned of any remaining muscles, I started to saw them with the surgical saw.
Okay, raise your hand if you think it's a specialized saw. Okay, so all the others except this man on the back. You think, oh my god, I received pieces of log, so I can cut a log, and then, oh, my wife made a cake, good. Oh, a leg, let's cut it. No, it's a specialized saw with very tiny teeth, so your bones are porous. With only a few movements, I will be able to separate it.
The patient unluckily woke up during this procedure and fainted again. The cut of the bones being clean, I only had to sew the flaps of flesh over the bones with some waxed thread that the shoemaker gave me.
Okay, George, wake up. Look, you have a brand new no more leg. Okay, but we're so happy because you survived. Actually, he had between 40 and 60% of chances to survive right after the surgery. But then, when you have no more leg, you're not in the army anymore. So we don't know for how long you will survive. But you survived, so that's good. The closer we get to the heart, the less chances of surviving you have. Because let's say, for example, I have to cut your left arm, and it gets infected. Well, we'll probably reach the heart very fast. So, you know, if I have to cut your toe with a small, saw, it will be very, very easy. 95% of chances to survive. Now, how many times do you think it lasts, this surgery? How long?